Fisher has resigned after 8 years and will be named the new coach at Texas A&M. He will not coach in Saturday's game against Louisiana Monroe. For more news, check out the ESPN app. And back to the NFL and the really important stuff.
Yeah.
The results of our tape-off.
We saw him. It's a close one. Oh, 100-0?
So funny.
I needed to get some points.
We have Willy Wonka and the king of Twitter.
King of Twitter.
So what does everybody think?
Yeah. Oh, it's 50-50.
It's...
Here we go.
It's 50. Results are 50.
There it is.
I guess you're 100%. 50-50.
No. That is awesome.
Come on, we've never had a many times we've done this. The 50, that's like, wow.
Guess what? We need someone to break the tie.
We do.
So we have Judge Stefania. Oh, the pressure's on Stefania. Break the tie.
Well, Teddy, I love the Airheads reference. I like the footage in the candy factory. You mixed it up with the color. You got a little orange and strawberry and grape going in there. And I appreciate the effort, but there was no chocolate. Oh, what are you doing? Now, Herm, I mean, look, Herm and technology, that's not a combination I thought I would ever see. But I did like you talking about Cam and McCaffrey getting it together. You talked about you're appealing to the West Coast with McCaffrey. You got Stanford in there, as you mentioned. There's no East Coast bias here. I thought maybe you had me at hello. But where you really had me was on that one line that we know to be the Herm lessons of life. Words to live by, don't press send.
Thank you very much.
Stefania, use the gavel. The gavel.
Are you ready?
Yes. Done.
Rule in favor of Coach Herm with don't press send.
Don't press send.
Chocolate.
That's not your.
Chocolate. You should have gone with
don't
chocolate.
press in is really big.
Yeah,
it's really big.
It is. I had no chance.
I like Hershey's Kisses, by the way. Thank you, Stefania. On to another really big matchup now. The Vikings bring a 7-game win streak into Atlanta, the team's longest single-season streak since starting the 2000 season with 7 straight wins. 20 points is the magic number for the Falcons. They're 7-0 this season when scoring at least 20 points and 0-4 when falling short. Case Keenum, the NFC Offensive Player of the Month for November. He is 71% complete, 7 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's 7-2. Why is he playing so good? Why is this such a good fit?
Where did he come from, right? Case Keenum and all this play. It's like, why is Case Keenum so successful? He's not Drew Brees. He's not Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, any of those guys. Well, here's why. During this 7-game streak, he's had help. It's been a team effort. And Case to tell you himself, the ground game, they've been a huge aspect of it. Runs like this during this 7-game win streak, 124.5 yards a game. That helps Case Keenum as a quarterback. Second why for me, Susie, is the protection. The offensive line, the pocket they've given him right there. Look how clean that is. Stamp that down. Keenum sacked only 3 times during this 7-game stretch. Great play by the offensive line and its defense. This is complimentary football at its finest, and your quarterback is reaping the rewards, in my opinion. He's playing well, but turnovers like this by the defense, you see it right there. They're allowing only 17 points per game during that streak, so that's my why for Case Keenum. But there's a special reason. He is different. He is like Brady and Rodgers and Brees. How? Because of his leadership. Clean rushing him. Yeah. This is my stamp of approval right here. Look at this play. He takes that ball, takes the shot, delivers the throw to Rudolph right in the corner. That man right there, he gets my stamp of approval because, no, he's not these elite quarterbacks, but he's the one that's leading them to victory, and that's huge for me. Case Keenum's having a great year.
Why won't Mike Zimmer just say he's our guy the rest of the way? Why does this have to be a week-to-week thing for that? Let's bring in Adam. Adam, you had Keenum on your podcast. What was your biggest takeaway?
Well, the biggest thing, Susie, is that we all want an answer to the Vikings naming a quarterback for the rest of the season. But Case Keenum really isn't paying very much attention to that at all. He is focused on Sunday. The Atlanta Falcons, who, by the way, ruled out Desmond Trufant, their cornerback today. He's focused on getting the job done each week, winning the NFC North title for the Minnesota Vikings. And while everybody else is talking about what the Vikings should be doing at the quarterback position and how Mike Zimmer should be handling that role, Case Keenum's not even thinking about it. He's just going out and playing. And the fact of the matter is, if he continues to play the way he does, he makes it impossible for them to bench him in favor of Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah, he's such a pro, knows how to handle everything. Now, on the other side of the ball, Vikings superstar cornerback Xavier Rhodes is facing Julio Jones for the 3rd time in 4 years.
They're going to throw Julio a ball. They're going to try to give him the ball each and every way. You just got to be ready. You know, Julio going to catch a few. I mean, as a DB, you're not gonna try not allow not to catch any. But yeah, you just got to go out there and be mentally strong, you know, and go out there and be confident.
He's a very confident guy, you know. Hopefully, man to man, but I don't know how they're gonna play me. He's a long guy, you know. Just try to get his hands on you at the line a little bit, but that's about it.
That's it.
That's it. Yeah, I'm not. I gotta go play my game. I'm not really, you know, worried about Rose or thinking about Rose in this game.
But you are.
I surely am. This is one of those games that I watched this weekend, Susie, and I'm serious. If who's ever doing this game, they should have the camera, you know, on the first 10 guys out there, and a single camera.
Yes.
On these two guys. So have a split screen. Say, okay, there's the football game, but watch Rhodes and Jones go at it, because you're talking about tremendous athletic talent. Probably two of the most talented players in the National Football League. And number 11, I call him Julio Jones, I call him 11. He mentioned Rhodes is long, Julio Jones is long. They both have great attributes as far as hand-eye coordination, the ability to jump and play the ball. So this alone is just, I get excited about this game because I play corner. It's like, man, I just can't wait for this to happen.
Falcons have been awesome on third down, too.
Yes,
this
they
Vikings
have.
defense has been really healthy, so time to pick it.
Coach just got me fired up about Julio Jones, and I think Julio Jones is going to be the difference. So I'm going with Julio Jones and the Atlanta Falcons. But that defense in Atlanta, at home, that crowd noise, forcing Case Keenum in mistakes. It's been a great ride for Case Keenum, but I think it stops here. Great Falcons team. They're figuring things out, Coach.
I'm going with Teddy. I'm going with the Falcons in their defense. They're playing at home, and they know they're going to have to win 10 games to get in the playoffs. This is a big game for them because they might see these guys later in the playoffs, by the way. You know, this is an Atlanta Falcons football team that's doing this right now. They are playing well on both sides of the ball.
The Vikings are 9-2. This might be a little bit of an upset that both of you are on the Falcons.
The Vikings are a solid team, and you're right, that defense can make some plays also. This is one of those that's going to be decided in the fourth quarter. Right. I just think that crowd noise with the pass rush, and then Julio, that's the difference. That's all. But Minnesota's
and the experience of the quarterbacks, right? You want Matt Ryan, Case Keenum. I'm not taking anything. Case Keenum's played fabulous.
Yeah, but Ryan's been to a Super Bowl.
And he's playing at home.
Yeah. Yes. Even Mike Zimmer has to admit that this Falcons team, the stats really don't add up right now. 3-game win streak.
That's exactly right.
Like you said, they're going
like this.
Going this way. All right. Like I said, lots of great matchups. Here's another one. The Eagles have won 9 straight games, tied for the longest streak in franchise history. Carson Wentz has multiple scores in his last 7 games, tied for the franchise record. FBI gives Seattle a 78% chance to make the playoffs with a win here, and a loss drops them all the way down to 44%. Carson Wentz has 20 red zone passing touchdowns this season, tied with Tom Brady for most in the NFL. What's the key to his success?
He can't get stopped in the red area, Susie, and that's the whole thing. They don't just drive and kick field goals or drive and punt. They finish drives, and that's what they do here. And Zach Ertz, he's the guy you got to focus on. The design here, this defender jumps up on the short route. Bad philosophy there. And Ertz absolutely turns this defender around. Watch Ertz. Look outside. Turns the defender around. That's not what you're looking for right there, people. Not what you're looking for. The space right there, Ertz, you got to stop him. Look at this progression he's looking for. Aguilar and Jeffrey covered. We'll pass on that one. Eyes back to the middle. Oh, let me check the safety. He's in the middle of the field. Check. Look over to the right. You know who he's looking for on this play. I just showed it to you. Let me check Ertz. There's my guy. There's my boy. I love you. Oh, he turned him around. He didn't turn him around. Feed him, and that's what he does. It's so interesting to get that perspective of what Wentz was looking at right there. And sometimes it's the formation, Susie, and it's bad defense because look at that space they leave open in the middle of the field. But that safety over on the defensive right, he never favors back to the middle when you get a vertical by number 3. Look at the positioning by the safety. Ertz says, this is stealing. This is absolute stealing because I got that accuracy and I got a receiver in Jeffrey that can go up and get it. But when you got it all covered, Susie, look at man-to-man, man-to-man, man-to-man. The rush is there. Nobody's open. He can do this. This is more than Tom Brady. Dip the shoulder. Throw while he's in the air, taking a shot from 2 guys, and look at the dime. My goodness. Defenders like me look at that one and say, you can't stop it.
You said more than Tom Brady.
You just can't stop it.
You just said more than Tom Brady.
He said something about bad Tom.
Tom can't do that. Tom can't do that. He can't dodge like that in the air off his feet while he's getting hit. That's the athletic ability of this young man.
Legion of Boom is like a shell.
They are, but the D-line's not. And I think they match up well against this offense. They'll put pressure on them. Remember, Susie, this is a seasoned team. the Seattle Seahawks. They play at home. They've lost 2 already at home. If they lose this one, it's 3 in a row. So they know this is like one of those games, we got to win this game. Their hair will be on fire along with that 12th man. The 12th man will show up in Seattle. So this is a hard out for Philadelphia.
Yes. KJ Wright says, don't sleep on us. And Bobby Wagner may be playing the best of his career.
Yes.
So they still have a ton of talent on that defense. So.
Coach, you tell me if I'm doing this right. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles.
Am I doing it right? That hurts me.
I'm doing it right.
He's doing it right.
I'm picking the Eagles.
He got it right. But you know what? I hate to do this to my Eagles.
Jay, go ahead.
The only time the Eagles would have misstepped this season so far is when they were trying to do the electric slide. Right?
I thought they looked good.
No, they had some guys out of place. I'm going with Seattle at home.
Seriously?
Yeah, Seattle needs to win this game.
Coach. Coming up, the Eagles shocked the NFL world when they benched Eli Manning for Geno Smith. Will Big Blue regret their decision when they face the Raiders on Sunday? We'll talk about that next.